Okay, thank you, Steve. Okay, well, actually, I have my name is Adebola Adetola. I'm representing Norms Consulting. So today, I'll be giving you the perspective of how we see how mining can improve in West Africa. Actually, I have 22 years of experience when it comes to mining. I can categorically say that mining has been my bread and butter. So, and it's a known fact that when it comes to mining, South Africa is well versed. So, and I've grown within the corporate industry up to the executive level, advising boards. At one time, I was the chairman of one of the subsidiaries. And like I usually joke with people that I was once putting on the cap of an investor looking for where to put our money.
That's true.
Okay, I have postgraduate degree in geology from University of Witwatersrand. I also have a master's in business leadership from University of South Africa. And also I have the global executive degree from University of Duke University in North Carolina. So before I delve into the topic for today, let me say thank you to Steve for bringing me out here. I'm a kind of reserved person, so I hardly go out and have this type of discussion. So thank you, Steve, and thanks to the entire team of Basila Group for setting this up. Okay, so when we look at mineral deposit in Africa, it's no more a secret that Africa is well endowed when it comes to mineral deposits. However, looking at the level of poverty and inequalities around us, as well as the economic state of our continent, it is pathetic to say the least. So I'm not here to be the advocate of bad news, but actually to say, okay, what can we do to unlock all these investment opportunities? Actually, when you look at mining is capital intensive and also a global business. So the form of capital investment we are talking about will mostly come from foreign direct investment, which we known as the FDI. So, but let's take a cue from South Africa. What makes South Africa an attractive destination in Africa for mining investors as compared to any other African countries? Okay, we can say, yes, South Africa mining industry is supported by an extensive and diversified resource base. Also, it's been a cornerstone of our economy here for about 160 years. Though, in terms of when you look at the socio-political stabilities, the natural security, the legal framework, the infrastructure availability, as well as security of mining rights, one can say South Africa is faring better than some of the African countries. But what is actually the fundamental that attracts the mining investors in South Africa? And I will take the opportunity to now share my slide to just talk about. So, like I was saying, that what are the fundamentals that actually attract investors to South Africa? My principle is this. Yes, in West Africa, we've been talking about mining and all those things. And I always believe in taking things from the simplest angle, to be able to understand what are the fundamentals, because we have a gigantic problem. We can't doubt that. But how can we handle this big problem? How can we make sure that we bring investors to our doorsteps? We should first of all look at what are the fundamentals. What are the things that, you know what, no matter what, we will need to we need to have these. The first one is actually, okay, and in South Africa, yeah, some of the things, I zoom it in or zero it into two things, which is, the first one is the mining regulation manual here, which we know as the MPRDA, the Mineral and Petroleum Resource Development Act. So this piece of legislation, it deals with acquisition or rights to conduct reconnaissance, prospecting, and mining. So what the MPRDA does is to actually give investor the awareness or the information about what to expect by the government and the stakeholders, as well as what to expect from them, as well as to know the consequences in the event of not complying to any of the regulations. So with the help of MPRDA here, investors can make an informed decision from the outset, whether they want to come in or they don't want. They actually know what they are getting themselves into. So it helps. So that is one of the fundamentals that we have, that is here in South Africa. The second thing, which is very, very important, is the SAMRED code, which is the South African code for reporting of exploration results, mineral resources, and mineral reserves. Especially, see, the SAMRED code has made it such that it gives credibility to the geoscientific information reports, as well as give accreditation to professionals. So what are we saying in essence? So with the help of SAMRED code, we're able to align ourselves here at par with any professional in any mining orb globally. So when you look at this screen, the third screen here, this screen actually shows that when you look at the international reporting code that is compulsory for any competent person to adhere to. This code, when you look at the global map, you can see that in Africa, it's only South Africa, which is the SAMRED code. Canada have their own, USA, Europe, Russia, China, Australia, they all have their codes. So with the help of SAMRED code, we are able to align ourselves to be at par with our counterparts globally. So without this code, it's actually difficult for an investor to ascertain whether the authenticity as well as the integrity of geoscientific data or reports. Likewise, when you look at the professionals, or let me say mining professionals here, because of the fact that, you have to be evaluated, you have to be accredited, you need to have a practice number to be able to say you become or you participate in mining activities. So this gives investors that kind of comfort here to be able to come here, because an investor from Russia or from China or from Canada or from the US can come in knowing fully well that we have our house in order here. So if I issued or I'll sign a report, a technical report, that report can stand in any stock exchange globally, which gives that investor opportunity to raise funds and be able to invest in mining activities here. So, having said that, so the key message I have for West Africa is investors are not scarce. There are investors everywhere. That I can tell you. I've been opportune to be in that space of looking at where we are going to invest the money, which project we are going to look into. The key thing is the investors are scared. And why are they scared to come to West Africa? Why are they scared to come to a country like Nigeria? It's because of information and professional credibility. I'm talking of basic things. There are other things. Natural security, national security, security of minor rights. There are other things, but I try to focus on the fundamentals first, because if we can get the fundamentals right, we can take our time and be solving other problems gradually. But if we don't have the foundation, no matter what we say we are doing over there, it's a matter of time before it goes down. So we need to get the foundation right, and we need to attract the foreign direct investment. Hence, like I said, the investors are not scarce. The investors are scared. So, and if we can get, credibility on our information and our professionals. Like for instance, when you look at the geoscientific information, our geoscientific information over there is either lacking, or the ones available, they don't have that credibility. The same goes for reports as well as mining and mineral professionals. So we shouldn't expect any investor to come and build on a foundation that lacks credibility. So charting the way forward on that, our government or our leaders need to show sincere commitment in demystifying the mining sector, by focusing first on getting the basics in place. And this will entail availability of geoscientific information or data, and also to give credibility to the geoscientific information, the reports, and the professionals through engaging competent professionals like, NOMS Consulting for advice and guidance. So, furthermore, which is another important factor, is how we can develop mining initiatives towards holistic industrial revolution in West Africa. My first, Mrs. Owolabi, yes, I think it's Owolabi. Yeah, Mrs. Owolabi mentioned something about beneficiation, which is very important because, yes, we are now in the 21st century. And then now our leaders should be thinking about economic sector transformation through beneficiation. Because critically, when you look at it, it's unimaginable to take our raw materials, export them out, and then be the same people that will now be buying the product, the finished product. To me, it's like being naira-wise and pounds foolish. So these are the things that we need to correct going forward, especially in the mining sector. So, like I said, it depends on the commitment our leadership are trying to showing, as well as how they want to make sure that all these are not just rhetoric, that in actual sense, they really want mining to generate revenue and, bring investors to our doorsteps. Lastly, I would like to just give a brief introduction of about NOMS Consulting. NOMS Consulting is underpinned by accredited professionals of varying disciplines. And part of our services we offer is advisory services. We work on exploration project management. We do competent persons report in line with the SAMRE code, which is the International Reporting Code. We do independent review of technical reports. We also do technical and techno-economic assessment of mineral projects for investment decision and for merger and acquisition. We also carry out project risks and gap analysis. We also do stakeholder engagement and expectation management. And then last one is technical training. So, and our client base spans through the mining corporation, the investors, the extractive industry, the refractory industry, the automobile industry, and lastly, government and academic institutions.